Okay, let's talk field trips. We all remember them, right? They were probably some of the best days of the school year. But, for the person who actually has to plan them, yeah, it can be a total logistical nightmare. So that's what we're here to fix. We're going to break the whole thing down into a simple 10-step playbook. The goal? To take all that planning chaos and turn it into a clear, totally manageable, and, dare I say it, even enjoyable journey.
Because let's be real, a great field trip is so much more than just a day out of the classroom. It's where learning really comes alive. And to make that magic happen, you need a rock-solid plan. So that's exactly what we're going to build together, step by step. So if you've ever felt like you're just buried in logistics, drowning in permission slips, and chasing down endless details, you are definitely in the right place. We're about to turn all that chaos into pure clarity, starting with the most important phase of all. And that is phase 1, crafting your vision. See, before a single bus gets booked or one permission slip is printed, you've got to start right here. This is the foundation. It's all about defining the purpose, the big why behind your entire trip.
Everything, and I mean everything, starts with your educational goals. This isn't just a fun day out, it's a living, breathing extension of the classroom. So your first move is to pinpoint those learning objectives. Are you trying to bring a biology lesson to life at a nature reserve? Or maybe give some real-world context to a history chapter at a museum? Nailing down this why is what's going to steer every single decision you make from here on out. Once you've got your why, then you can figure out your where. The trick is to find a venue that directly supports your learning goals. And hey, here's a pro tip. Don't just look at the location itself. You gotta dig a little deeper. Do they offer things like guided tours, special workshops, or educational programs designed for students? Because that stuff can seriously amplify the learning. Which brings us right to phase 2, mastering the logistics. Okay, I know, this is often the part that feels the most intimidating. But don't you worry. We are going to break it all down into simple, manageable pieces. So let's talk money. A good way to tackle the budget is to separate the problem from the solution. First, you've got to estimate every possible cost. I'm talking transportation, entry fees, meals, materials, the whole shebang. Then you get to have fun with the funding. Think outside the box. You can explore things like grants from local businesses, connect with community organizations, or even try crowdfunding. With a budget in place, you can dive into the core booking process, and it follows a really clear sequence. First, you lock in a date that works for both the school and the venue. Then, arrange your transport, and you're always weighing safety and cost. Next up, permission slips. Make them super clear and easy to understand. And finally, you have to do a thorough review of all the safety protocols with both the school and the venue. And please, whatever you do, do not forget your most valuable resource, parent volunteers. Seriously, they are so much more than just a signature on a permission slip. They are your allies. Bringing them in as chaperones isn't just about extra supervision. It actually helps build a stronger, more connected school community around the whole experience. Now for something that is completely 100% non-negotiable, safety. A great trip is a safe trip, period. And that means you absolutely have to have a solid contingency plan. You've got to think through all the what-ifs. What's the plan for a sudden thunderstorm? What's the protocol for a medical issue? What happens if, and this is the big one, a student gets separated from the group? Having those answers ready to go before you need them is absolutely essential. All right, with the heavy lifting of logistics handled, we can shift our focus to what this is really all about, the students. Welcome to phase 3, enhancing the experience. This is where we maximize the learning and engagement before, during, and even after the trip itself. You see, a truly successful field trip isn't just a one-day thing. It's a whole learning journey. It starts before you even leave the school, with prep work that builds excitement and gives kids context. Then it peaks with all that awesome hands-on learning during the trip. But just as important, it continues after you get back, with a debrief that ties the whole experience back to the curriculum. So what does that pre-trip prep actually look like? Well, think of it like a simple checklist. First, get the students primed with some fun in-class activities related to where you're going. Second, have a really clear conversation about the rules and what's expected of them. And third, give them a simple packing list so everyone shows up ready to go with everything they need. And once you're back in the classroom, don't just jump into the next thing. That post-trip debrief is so crucial. It gives students a chance to really process what they saw and did. On a cognitive level, it's the step that helps lock in all that learning, connecting an exciting day to their long-term memory. Plus, it's a golden opportunity for you to get feedback for next time. And now we're at our final phase. This is the one that makes sure the trip's impact lasts long after the bus pulls away. This is phase 4, creating a lasting impact. It's all about turning a one-day event into a lifelong memory.
So, how do you make those memories stick? Well, start by making sure someone is taking lots of photos and videos during the day. Afterwards, you can share them in a school assembly slideshow or create a display in the hallway. And to really cement the learning, use the trip as a springboard for future class projects like presentations or creative writing.
Finally, there's one last principle that really ties this whole playbook together, and that's ongoing support. Your job as the planner isn't just checking boxes. It's about being a go-to resource for teachers, parents, and students the whole way through. That open line of communication is what makes sure everyone feels confident and helps the entire process run smoothly from beginning to end. So there you have it, a clear 10-step playbook to transform a huge logistical challenge into an incredible learning experience. Because all this planning, all this work, it's all about opening up the world for your students. So the only question left is, where will learning take them next?